Welcome to the Thriving Outside the Box podcast. Join me, Dr. Kimberly Grocher, a licensed psychotherapist, executive coach, and yoga and mindfulness meditation teacher, as I shed light on the stories of leaders and entrepreneurs across industries who not only dare to create their own path in their careers, businesses, and lives, but have found a way to do it while thriving mentally, physically, and spiritually. I hope you walk away with the inspiration to do the same. Welcome to another episode of Thriving Outside the Box. I'm your host, Dr. Kimberly Grocher, and I am very excited to have my guest with me today, Naa Adoley Pappoe. Naa, go ahead and tell the people about who you are.
Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for having me here. Hi, everyone. My name is Naa Adoley Pappoe. I am an emotional wellness specialist. My focus is in maternal mental wellness, mental health, emotional wellness for women, single mothers, and in stress management. I am also the founder of the Single Moms Club, which is a supportive community of single mothers, and co-founder of Curated Kids Concierge. This is a curated children's event planning company, which is very heavily STEM focused.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about how you got where you are today. What was your road to the Single Moms Club and Curated Kids Concierge?
Kim and I go back, right? And I had started in a space where on the psychotherapy track, and there were some changes that were made, as we all know. I am an LMSW. I don't have my clinical license yet, but I wanted to offer in some degree myself and my expertise, my know-how. I couldn't do it in the traditional sense of the word. And so I branched out and I provide emotional wellness support. Now, Single Moms Club, just kind of like the practice that I have, was birthed out of lived experience meeting need. It's this very weird intersection in my life. So with the emotional wellness, infertility counseling, I didn't say that before, forgive me, maternal mental health. And this is fueled greatly by my journey, my own lived experiences and wanting to sit or have space held for me by someone who not only look like me, but also understand my cultural nuances and how they intersect with infertility and maternal mental health. I couldn't find no one. And so that's how my practice was birthed. And with the Single Moms Club, essentially what was happening there, I am a single mom and I'm having all these conversations, right? I tend to speak with a lot of women in my day-to-day, and I'm having all these conversations as I realized that I'm having the exact same conversation several different times with several different people. The exact same. The needs were the same. The stress points were the exact same. The joys, the highs, the lows, all the exact same, but they're siloed. The conversations were siloed. And so I started to say out loud, I just had the same kind of conversation with somebody else. I just had the same kind of conversation with somebody else. And realizing that we probably just needed a space where all these conversations could come together and we could learn one from the other. People actually started to pitch to me. I have a group of women around me who really, truly believe in my abilities because they were like, if you start a support group, I'll be there. Like I'll show up and I'll support. And from those conversations, the Single Moms Club was birthed. We're a year old this year and we are 63 members strong, 63 remarkable women, single moms. We cover space from, I think the furthest north is Massachusetts down to, I can never remember, North Carolina and Georgia, which is further south.
Georgia.
Okay, so as far south as Georgia, that lets you know, I have no American history, but no American geography. But as far south as Georgia, and essentially what we do is we sit in community one with the other. But also my training is very heavily, it's a touch point in this space. So it's not just a group of single moms coming together, just venting and just open space. It has to be very constructive if I'm a part of it. So there's a lot that gets poured into the space. I tell everybody that this is my heart's child. It takes up a lot of hours for me to plan these things that we do. We go on outings. It's a lot of virtual events or WhatsApp based. I run the speaker series. I scan the chat group and I scan the chat to see what are the trigger points, right? What are people talking about? Where could we all benefit from extra attention or information or an expert voice? And then I do the scouring to see if I can find someone who can actually come and do a presentation or a talk or a webinar with the women, just so that we are a little bit wiser. And we grow our knowledge base, even if just a little bit. We've had people come speak to us about how to get our babies into independent schools. People come speak to us about gentle parenting. And actually, she said, don't say gentle parenting. She said, say positive parenting. So positive parenting in this day and age, and wellness, just emotional wellness. I've invited other colleagues that I know, and just how to grow our money and generational wealth, how to plan for our kids, estate planning as single parents. And so that's the speaker series. I do a lot of writing through my love notes also. So I'm constantly doing wellness checks. And my love notes are exactly that, love notes to the soft and strong. I pick a topic and I've covered everything from anything you can think of, we've covered, the highs of single motherhood, the lows of single motherhood. And I'm writing and posting that every Sunday in the chat, and the women are lapping that up. And again, we're just sitting in, it is such a beautiful thing to sit amongst a group of people who are like-minded and who, even though parallel, are walking pretty much the exact same journey as yourself. It's magical. And the children are bonding. Right. There's a lot of us who were single parents, just single children. Is that how you point it? We have just one only children, one kid. So now they have this big extended cousin group. And the kids get to see their mothers be picked up. They get to see their mothers pick other people up, lift other people up. And I think just all around it's empowering. If you're able to sit in community, you're the better for it. And if you're the better for it as a single mother, your child is the better for it. So that's the thing. I can go on and on. So please.
So let's pause here. Let's pause here.
Let's pause there.
Yes. And I know I wanted you on the podcast because I just love how you have developed this, right? Like you said, from that intersection of your lived experience, but also recognizing a need. And also, this is something that's outside of the box in terms of even just being able to put this together to this extent. And I know we've talked about social work journeys and licensure and things like that. And so I think that getting a license for a lot of people is kind of inside the box, So I go to school, I get my license, then I do this thing, then I start a private practice and I'm doing therapy. And, to a certain extent, obviously some people feel like that's not in the box for them. But we know that the licensing journey is its own journey. And you have found a way to do this work, but in a very personal way, right? Because this is not a therapy group. No. This is not just a support group. You have created a community of women. You have created a family, essentially, of women. And you've done this while you're dealing with your own life. You're working a full-time job, 2 jobs. You've got 2 jobs.
I got 2 jobs.
So how are you doing this?
Till you said it, I didn't even realize that it's outside the box. I see it because you're absolutely right. I was on that typical trajectory, right? Still on it, but still finding ways to utilize the skill sets that I have developed over the course of my career and pouring back, right? Giving of myself. How do I do it? It is, Single Moms Club does not feel like work. It does not at all feel like, I don't know how else to explain it outside of it's my heart. It makes my heart sing, right? I say that my job is done when, even if I've touched one person. If I post something, and it's all very wellness focused. Life happens. We're here. How do we make the best of it? Life is going to keep throwing us these curveballs. We're not just responsible for ourselves in the moment. We're responsible for life, right? New life, beautiful life. How do we keep that beautiful light burning? How do we not become this stereotypical people that everyone thinks that we should be just because of the cards that life dealt us, right? How do we keep our kids from becoming that quintessential single mom child where, sometimes you see some people, you can just tell. My automatic thought right there is it's my life's work. I have not sat with that, so I don't even want to, it just popped in my head. But it does not feel like work. It doesn't feel like work, and that's how I do it. I'm able to get up every day. It doesn't matter how tired I am. It pours out of me. I did not know that I was a writer. I mean, I could write for days, don't get me wrong, but those are essays, right? But somewhat you called me a creative. I didn't even think of it in that sense, right? To me, it's just, this is something that needs to be spoken about. Let's talk about the emotional labor, the unseen labor. Let me say something. Let me edit it out, put it in a little paragraph and post it. And I'll see all these hearts going. And I'm like, okay, it resonated. My job is done. That's how I do it. That's how I do it.
I'm sitting here smiling. I know this is still audio, so I'm just sitting here beaming and smiling because I've been privy to some of your journey. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so happy for you. But okay, but aside from that, what gave you the gumption, as my grandparents would say, right? What gave you the gumption to even do this?
Life. And I know it sounds cliche, but I did not know where it was going to go. Mm-hmm. Fear, as you know, can be crippling, mm-hmm. and I'm not immune. There's some things that I worry about, are they okay? These things come up. But I remember, again, right before I launched, the idea was, I'm going to say, sold to me, right? The people that I was talking to, and I kept saying, so this is what I mean when I say life. I'm living my life, and it kept coming back to me. I'm going about my business, and it kept coming back to me. I'm talking to this one, and here goes that idea again. One or two, okay. But after 2 or 3 or 4 different people who don't know each other, I'm talking to each other, are saying the exact same thing to you, got to pay attention now. Because at this point, these people are being used, right? And I say that I am in my obedient era. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of disobedient stuff. I'm in an obedient era. And so I was highly, acutely aware that it kept coming back. Mm-hmm. And I had teased the idea myself, but I never let it was a bud. I never let it flower because, again, one of the biggest things that I have battled is this imposter syndrome. Somehow it always just creeps up. So I'm like, what if no one knows to listen to anything that I have to say? Mm-hmm. And someone said, I'm listening. And you're telling me that other people are listening, right? And they're telling you the same thing that I'm telling you. Just start it, will show up. And so I closed my eyes and I created a thing, and it had been sitting in one of my ChatGPT folders for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And I just hit click and it was published, and I'm like, they're done. I had the flyers and everything already made. I just never shared it with anyone. And it kept coming back. There's one person who was really instrumental, Clarita, a really dear friend of mine. And for her, anything and everything is possible, right? So she's like, why don't you say, I'm waiting for this group? And she's accountability partner from hell, really. I said with love, when is this thing going to launch? When is this thing going to launch? And I launched it, and it was celebrated. We have grown not because I have the strongest Instagram presence or because I'm on TikTok or because of anything of the sort. It's word of mouth, right? So a woman comes into space.
Is that again?
Which part?
That again. The word of mouth.
It's word of mouth. It's word of mouth. A woman comes into space. And for me, that's validating, right? She sees the value enough to invite the next person. She sees the value enough that she's sitting in a room and she goes, oh, by the way, right? I think you should, or I'm a part of, I think you would benefit. I have the women in there saying, hey, I got this friend. How do I invite her? That's how we've gone from 2 or 3 to 63. And somewhere last year, actually had the opportunity to be bigger, to be national. I was approached by 2 other groups that wanted to do this merger. It didn't work out quite the way we thought we would, but again, that for me was validation, right? Because they were coming to me because of the wellness piece. Because no one's doing, the groups like mine exist all over the nation. The difference here is the wellness piece. It's the pouring back into the women. It's the underscoring of if we are mentally well, or in the very least sound, our kids will be okay.
That part. One thing that I'm hearing you say quite a bit is the people around you, the community around you. So yes, there's the Single Moms Club, but even before that, there were people around you who were encouraging you, who were pushing you, who were speaking into you.
I have come to learn the explosive power of community. I didn't learn it in the hard way, thank God for that. But if there is one thing that I know, it's not one thing, because I believe in my daughter. I now believe in myself. I believe in God. So, and that big bracket, community sits right in there. I would not be anywhere near the woman that I am today if not for community. And I have been very intentional over the last 2 years building community. I'm a single mom. That's not a secret. The way I came to this journey was rather abrupt. And I had to pack up and move, right? I had to leave Jersey and come into New York. I lived in New York before, but I'd been gone for 7 years, and I was coming 6 years, and I was coming back. And I was coming back with a child. That's what's different. And noticed very quickly, if I didn't get my stuff together, we would struggle. I can sit here today and do this at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because another mother has my child. Another single mom has my kid. And I know that my child will be fed. She's splashing around in the pool somewhere. And by the time I'm done with my day to pick her up, she's full. And I'm not talking about food full. She'll be that too, right? But the battery in her heart will be full. She's recharging. She's getting poured into. She's with friends. She's laughing. She's happy. She's being a 6-year-old kid. And that's possible because of community. So if I don't believe in anything else, I believe in community. And I think that's why it's so easy for me to give. So this is so cathartic for me because I don't think I've thought about it in the manner in which I'm having to think about it, to speak about it. But it's why it's so easy for me to give so freely of myself to this group, because I understand. I understand the power of community and I want it accessible. I think it is a terrible day for generations when a single mom cannot find community. Mothers, yes, but a single mom. I think everybody really needs community. The human species isn't meant to live in isolation, but we're not going to go there. For single mothers, it is crucial that you figure out how to get community. And if you can't figure it out, don't just call me.
We are definitely putting your information in the show notes.
Call me.
We're definitely going to have to do a part 2.
Definitely.
But is there a question, as we bring this to a close, is there a question that you wish I had asked, or something else that you feel like someone who's listening, a single mom, or somebody else who's just inspired by your message, is there anything else that you think they need to know or should be taking away?
I don't have a question, but this I have a gift, right? To anyone listening, single mom or otherwise, my gift to you in this moment is simply this: breathe. We don't do it enough. I don't think we respect the the power of breath, the energy that it can shift in your body, just inhaling and exhaling. Sigh loudly if you need to. It is so cathartic, and it is so fulfilling to our nervous system. So my gift to you is this reminder to breathe. It's all going to be okay.
Thank you so much, Naa. Where can the people find you?
Oh, I'm all over, but the easiest way to locate me, I literally am all over, you can find me on Instagram. The Single Moms Club's on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. The Single Moms Club is I Am Single Mom Supported. There's a podcast in the works, so that's going to launch soon. Same name, I Am Single Mom Supported. One word. And for me, you can find me personally at Naa Pappoe, LMSW, also on Instagram.
Thank you so much. And of course, I'll be putting that information in the show notes. Thank you so much for gifting me your time.
No, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for having me here and for pointing out that I'm doing the damn thing.
Yes, you are. And you have for a long time. Like I said, we'll be having a part 2. Thank you all for listening. Tune in next time.